Welcome to Brown's Rod and Custom, your home for street rods, muscle cars, and Volkswagen content. This is my dad, Big Ron. He's our body man and fabricator. This is my beautiful wife, Megan, our editor-in-chief and supporter. And this is me, Adam, the designer and mechanic for our projects. If you find our videos helpful, like and subscribe for more content.
Hey guys, thanks for watching Brown's Rod and Custom. If you're watching this, please hit the subscribe button. We would really appreciate it. It would help us out a lot. Stay tuned. We got a lot more for you in this episode. Thanks for watching. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Brown's Rod and Custom. Happy Tuesday morning. It's March 4th. It's about 8:40 in the morning. We're getting an early start over here. And it is Apache Door Day Part 3. So hoping today to get the patch panel on. So I'm going to show you that. Kind of got it mocked up over here. Give you an idea of what we got done yesterday, so you guys can actually see in here. All this is now pour 15, so I think we look pretty good in there. So really happy with the inside of the door. We did manage to get, I don't know if you can see it in there, but the door pockets in and up in here looks really good. So now that that's done and dry, the next step in this process is to install or to tack on this panel, okay, which is going to be right here, okay. I would set it on there, but my light's in the way. So that's the next thing we're going to do, is try to get this onto here. And once we get that on, then we can start figuring out this piece, which is actually sitting right here. It's that guy. Be your outer door skin patch panel lower. So that patch panel will get rid of a lot of the ugly, all the pop rivets, all of this, right? Pretty much everything you see there is going to go away. So it'll get cut off up to about here. So that's what we're doing this morning. Gonna have a busy afternoon. I got to go all over the place, but I've got until about 2 o'clock. So we're gonna bust it, try to get as much as we can done by 2 o'clock. And then go do all the things we got to do and get that over with. So stay tuned. I'll bring all this to you, and there'll be shorts and everything else today coming out of us tacking that on and so on and so forth and going over some things. So stay tuned for all this, guys. Thanks for watching, and we'll be right back. What Ron's doing right now, guys, is he's marking where he wants to punch out his holes so that we can eventually, once we get the other lower panel on, to spot weld from the back side.
Okay guys, so here's what we got. We got the patch panel tacked on several places. Okay. Now we're not welding it up solid yet. I'm not doing that, so hold your horses. What we're going to do next is take this door, put it on the rack here, get it over here. Big Ron just put the door hinge back on. So we're good there. And we're going to mount the door and make sure everything still fits on the bottom and that everything still looks good while still utilizing the original patch panel on the back side. We've got it screwed to it here in several places just to hold it tight. Once we verify that that looks good, then we'll go ahead and move into the other patch panel, which would be this one back here. This guy. We'll work on that. But first we got to make sure this is right. So stay tuned guys, that's what we're doing. Lots happening over here. Be back in a minute.
Hey guys, welcome back to Brown's Riding Custom. Alright, so just had lunch. It is 12:42. Lots happened. So let me bring you in on this. I went to lunch and Ron kept working. So Big Ron, you guys can see, we got the door back on the truck. I don't know if you guys saw that or not. It opens and shuts great. The bottom patch panel is on here. It is where it needs to be. So we're happy with that. Now we're looking at doing this patch, right? So now Ron took the temporary, basically it's a plate, I'll show it to you in a second, that they pop riveted on here. He drilled out all the pop rivets. And now we can cut this off at some point and put on the new panel. And then this side will be pretty close. So let's tell them what we got, guys. This is what came off of there. Got the pop riveted on. There's the back side of that. It's very pretty. This is the new one that's going to go on there. Much, much better. So yeah, we are making really, really good progress today on the door. In the midst of everything else going on, we are still moving forward. So we'll bring you back here in a minute. We're going to keep playing with this. I don't know how far we'll get, but we'll start playing with this patch panel and see where we get. So stay tuned, guys. Hey guys, welcome back to Brown's Riding Custom. So yeah, I'm back, and we got some more stuff here. So tomorrow, let's kind of run over what we're going to do tomorrow. Okay. Tomorrow, we'll start right here. This patch panel should be installed here tomorrow. Okay. The door should have its patch panel on it. That's exciting. Gets rid of a lot of sins, a lot of nasty stuff. Seals this door up. Awesome. Okay. Now, here's the thing that you don't know about. Once we get this door on, we want to bolt the passenger front fender on. This guy. Okay. Now, this guy is, for all intents and purposes, rough, right? So what we're going to do, clearly we have a problem here. Probably a lot of Bondo and everything else, right? Now, what we're doing, we have this patch panel. For those OG guys that have been watching for months on this build, you know what I'm talking about. Here we go. This is going to go onto there. Now tomorrow, I'm going to come out here with our Bauer surface conditioning tool, and I'm going to take this down to bare metal. Okay. Now there's a lot of areas on here. I see a lot. There's a handful of areas on here that need metal working and metal fabrication. I understand that. But I think we can save this fender. And this is the worst fender. So, and to be fair, we're going to try. I'm not promising anything. If it looks terrible, we'll just go buy a fender. I think a fender's like $600 and something, almost $700 for one fender. I'd rather not do that if I didn't have to. And when we started this build,
We started this build with the goal of it being a budget build, trying to use as many pieces as humanly possible that came with the truck that are factory original Chevy parts, GM parts, and try to get this thing together. I think we need to use this fender. I've moved it a bunch, I've looked at it a bunch. The more I look at it, the more I want to try to save it. So this is what we're going to do. So tomorrow this gets taken down to bare metal. On the underside of this, the back side of the fender is nothing but undercoating. I'll scrape all of that off and get it cleaned up as well. And then we will get into the rod. We got fiberglass mesh here, Bondo. We've got holes here. We've got cracks in it here that we'll have to figure out, right? This leading edge is a little rough. We have to clean that up. We got some holes here, might need a patch. The biggest and hardest thing on this is going to be right here. There's a gigantic hole here. We're going to have to fix that, and there's holes here. We'll have to fix that. We have holes here. And we have holes in this piece, right? Okay, but not the end of the world. At the end of the day, I'm going to say something you're probably going to hear me say a lot. It's just metal. It's just metal, and we can fix metal, and that's what we're going to do. So this, I'm going to try to save. Now I am going to go ahead, once it's bare metal, and I'm going to weld up these holes where the spear went, the emblem. I'm not using the emblem, and I'm also not putting an antenna in it. So I'm going to weld all these holes up, okay, just like we welded up the firewall. All right, and the goal here is to get this fender, once this door's done, mounted back onto this cab. Okay, we drug the core support out. We're going to clean it up as well. I do need to put a tack. My bar's loose here and loose here. I'm going to weld those back in, clean this up. Now the goal is to get this fender mounted here, mounted to this core support. And then we also brought in the inner fenders, which are not going to be the ones that go on the car, but for now might be the ones that go on it, just to kind of line everything up, right? So I'm going to buy new inner fenders. These are terrible. I don't even want to begin to go there with that. So that's the one new thing I'm definitely buying, besides the tailgate, because I don't have one. So that's where we're at. And I think Thursday I'm going to go and get a gallon of U-Pole high build white epoxy primer. And then if I get this bare metal and we get where we need to get and we start patching all this up and doing the things, then we'll be able to go ahead at some point, probably the weekend, prime this fender, prime the core support, and start heading in that direction, right? Metal condition, primed, all of that, right? That is the direction we're going on this truck right now. So stay tuned, guys. I hope you had a great day. I'm going to go take my wife to work, and we will be back in the morning to put that door together and to get this fender going. So stay tuned for all this. This build's going to take a pretty interesting turn and actually look like a truck again here really, really quick. So stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching, guys. If you're watching, please like and subscribe.